Part 18, Chapter 23, The Believers. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. Surely the ones who believe have prospered, they who in their formal prayers are ones who are humble, and they who from idle talk are ones who turn aside, and they who the purifying alms are ones who do give it, and they who of their private parts are ones who guard, except from their spouses or from what their right hands possess. Truly, they are ones who are irreproachable. Whoever is looking for something beyond that, then they are the ones who are turning away. And they who their trusts and their compacts are ones who shepherd, and they who over their formal prayers are watchful. They are ones who will inherit, those who will inherit paradise. They are ones who will dwell in it forever. And certainly we have created the human being from an extraction of clay. After that, we made him into seminal fluid in a stopping place secure. After that, we created a clot from seminal fluid. Then we created tissue from the clot. Then we created bones from tissue. Then we clothed the bones with flesh. After that, we caused another creation to grow. So blessed be God, the fairest of ones who are creators. And after that, truly you will die. After that, truly you will be raised up on the day of resurrection. Certainly, we have created above you 7 tiers. We have not been ones who are heedless of the creation. We sent forth water from heaven in measure, and we lodged it in the earth, and we are ones who have the power to take away. And we caused to grow for you gardens of date palm trees and grapevines, where there is much sweet fruit for you, and you eat of it, and a tree that goes forth from Mount Sinai that bears oil, and it is a seasoning for the ones who eat it. And truly for you in the flocks there is a lesson. We satiate you with what is in their bellies. In them are many prophets, and of them you eat, and on them and on boats you were to be carried. And certainly we sent Noah to his folk, and he said, O my folk, worship God. You have no other God but him. Will you not then be God-fearing? But said the council who were ungrateful among his folk, This is nothing but a mortal like you. He wants to gain superiority over you. Had God willed, he would have sent forth angels. We have not heard such a thing from our ancient ones. He is nothing but a man in whom there is madness. So watch him for a while. He said, My Lord, help me because they deny me. So we revealed to him, Craft the ship under our eyes and by our revelation. Then, when our command has drawn near and the oven has boiled, then insert 2 pairs of each kind and thy people, but those against whom the saying has proceeded. And address me not for those who have done wrong. Truly, they were to be drowned. When thou and whoever is with thee art seated in the ship, then say, All praise belongs to God, who has delivered us from the folk, ones who are unjust. And say, My Lord, land me with a blessed landing, for thou art the best of the landing places. Truly, in this there are signs, and truly we have been ones who test. After that, we caused another generation of them to grow. We sent a messenger to them from among them, saying that, Worship God. You have no God other than him. Will you not then be God-fearing? And said the council of his folk to those who were ungrateful and denied the meeting in the world to come, and to whom we had given ease in this present life, This is nothing but a mortal like you. He eats of what you eat, and he drinks of what you drink. And if you obey a mortal like yourselves, truly, then you are ones who are losers. Has he promised that when you have died and have become earth dust and bones, that you will be ones who are brought out? Be gone with what you are promised. There is nothing but this present life. We die and we live, and we shall not be ones who are raised up. He is nothing but a man. He has devised a lie against God, and we are not ones who will believe in him. He said, My Lord, help me, because they deny me. He said, In a little while they will become ones who are remorseful. Then a cry duly took them, so we made them into refuse, so away with the unjust folk. After that we caused to grow other generations. No community can precede its term, nor delay it. After that we sent our messengers one after another. Whenever a community drew near to their messenger, they denied him. So we caused some of them to follow others, and we made them tails. So away with the folk who believe not. After that we sent Moses and his brother Aaron with our signs and clear authority to Pharaoh and his council. Then they grew arrogant, and they had been of folk ones who exalted themselves. Then they said, Will we believe in two mortals like ourselves, while their folk are ones who worship us? So they denied both of them, and they had been the ones who were caused to perish. And certainly we gave Moses the book, so that perhaps they would be truly guided. And we made the son of Mary and his mother a sign, and we gave them refuge on a hillside, a stopping place, and a spring of water. O you messengers, eat of what is good, and be one who acts in accord with morality. Truly, I am knowing of what you do. And truly this, your community, is one community, and I am your Lord, so be God-fearing. Then they cut their affair of unity asunder in two sects among themselves, each party glad with what was with them. So forsake them for a while in their obstinacy. Assume they that with the relief we furnish them of wealth and children, we compete for good works for them? Nay, they are not aware. Truly those, they who dread their Lord, and are ones who are apprehensive, and those, they who believe in the signs of their Lord, and those, they who ascribe not partners with their Lord, and those, they who give what they gave with their hearts quaking, because they are ones who will return to their Lord, are those who compete with one another in good works, and they are ones who take the lead from them. And we place not a burden on any soul but to its capacity, and from us is a book that speaks the truth, and they will not be done wrong. Nay, their hearts are in overwhelming heedlessness of this Quran, and they have other actions besides that which they continue to be ones who act until when we took those of them, ones given ease with the punishment. That is when they make entreaties. Make not entreaties this day. Truly, you will not be helped by us. Surely my signs have been recounted to you, but you have been receding on your heels as ones who grow arrogant regarding it, and ones who nightly talk nonsense, talking foolishly. Have they not meditated on the saying, or has anything drawn near to them that approach not their fathers, the ancient ones? Or is it they recognize not their messenger, so that they are ones who disavow him? Or say they, There is madness in him? Nay, he drew near them with the truth, but most of them are ones who dislike the truth. And if the truth had followed their desires, the heavens and the earth would have gone to ruin, and whoever is in it. Nay, we have brought them their remembrance, but they, from their remembrance, are ones who turn aside. Or is it that you ask them for payment? Yet the revenue from thy Lord is better, and he is the best of the ones who provide. And truly thou hast called them to a straight path, and truly those who believe not in the world to come are ones who have moved away from the path. And even if we had mercy on them, and had removed the harm which is on them, they would still be resolute in their defiance, wandering, unwilling to see. And certainly we took them with the punishment. Then they gave not into their Lord, nor did they lower themselves, until when we opened a door for them of a severe punishment. That is when they will be ones seized with despair. And he it is who has caused you to grow, have the ability to hear and sight and mind. But you give little thanks. It is he who has made you numerous on the earth, and to him you will be assembled. And it is he who gives life and causes to die, and his is the alteration of nighttime and daytime. Will you not then be reasonable? Nay, they said the like of what the ancient ones had said. They said, when we are dead and have become earth dust and bones, will we certainly be ones who are raised up? Certainly we were promised this, we and our fathers before this. This is nothing but the fables of the ancient ones. Say, to whom belongs the earth and whoever is in it, if you have been knowing? They will say, to God. Say, will you not then recollect? Say, who is the Lord of the 7 heavens and the Lord of the sublime throne? They will say, it belongs to God. Say, then will you not be God-fearing? Say, in whose hand is the kingdom of everything, and he grants protection? No one is granted protection against him if you have been knowing. They will say, it belongs to God. Say, how then are you under a spell? Nay, we have brought them the truth, and truly they are ones who lie. God has not taken to himself a son, nor has there been any God with him. For then each God would have taken away what he had created, and some of them would have ascended over some others. Glory be to God above all that they allege. He is the one who has knowledge of the unseen and the visible. Exalted be he over the partners they ascribe with him. Say, my Lord, if thou shouldst cause me to see what they are promised, then assign me not, my Lord, among the unjust folk. And truly, we cause thee to see what we promise them, ones who have power. Drive back evil deeds with what is fair. We are greater in knowledge of what they allege. And say, my Lord, I take refuge with thee from the evil suggestions of the Satans. And my Lord, I take refuge with thee, so that they not attend me. Until when death drew near to one of them, he said, my Lord, return me, so that perhaps I would be one who acts in accord with morality, in what I have left behind. Nay, truly, it is only a word that one who is conversing says, and ahead of them is a barrier until the day they are raised up. When the trumpet is blown, there will be no kinship among them that day, nor will they demand anything of one another. Then those whose balance was heavy, they are ones who will prosper. And among them whose balance was made light, then, they are ones who have lost themselves. They will be ones who will dwell in hell forever. Their faces will fry in the fire, and they will be ones who are morose in it. Have not my signs been recounted to you, yet you have been denying them? They will say, our Lord, our agony prevailed over us. We have been a folk, ones who are gone astray. Our Lord, bring us out of this. Then, if ever we reverted, truly we will be ones who are unjust. He would say, be driven away in it, and speak not to me. Truly there had been a group of people of my servants who say, our Lord, we believe, so forgive us, and have mercy on us, for thou art best of the ones who are most merciful. But you took them to yourselves as a laughingstock, until they caused you to forget my remembrance. And you had been laughing at them. Truly, I have given recompense this day for what they patiently endured. Truly, they are the ones who are victorious. He would say, "You lingered in expectation on the earth for what number of years?" They would say, "We lingered in expectation a day or some part of a day. So ask the ones who count." He would say, "You lingered in expectation not but a little, if you had but been knowing. Assumed you that we created you in amusement, and that to us you would not be returned? So exalted be God, the King, the truth. There is no God but he, the Lord of the generous throne. And whoever calls to another God with God of which he has no proof, then truly his reckoning is with his Lord. Truly the ones who are ungrateful will not prosper. And say, 'My Lord, forgive and have mercy, and thou art best of the ones who are most merciful.'" Chapter 24, The Light. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. This is a chapter of the Quran that we sent forth, and we imposed laws in it. We sent forth signs, clear portents, so that perhaps you would recollect. The one who is an adulteress and the one who is an adulterer, scourge each of them 100 strokes, and let not tenderness for them take you from the judgment of God, if you had believed in God and the last day, and let witness be borne to their punishment by a section of the ones who believe. The one who is an adulterer, he will not marry but one who is an adulteress, or one who is a female polytheist, and the one who is an adulteress, he will not marry her but one who is an adulterer, or one who is a male polytheist. All that was forbidden to the ones who believe. And those who accuse the ones who are free, chaste females, and after that bring not 4 witnesses, then scourge them 80 strokes, and never accept their testimony. And those, they are ones who disobey. But those who repented after that and made things right, so truly God is forgiving, compassionate. And those who accuse their wives, and there are no witnesses but themselves, let the testimony of one of them be 4 testimonies sworn to God, that he is among the ones who are sincere, and a 5th, that the curse of God be on him if he had been among the ones who lie. And it will drive off the punishment from her if she bears witness with 4 testimonies sworn to God that he is among the ones who lie, and the 5th, that the anger of God be on her if he has been among the ones who are sincere. And had it not been for the grace of God on you and his mercy, and that God is acceptor of repentance, wise. Truly, those who draw near with the calumny are many among you. Assume it not to be worse for you, nay, it is good for you. To every man of them is what he has deserved of sin. And as for those who turned away towards the greater part from among them, there will be a tremendous punishment for him. Why, when you heard about it, thought you not the ones who are male believers and the ones who are female believers the better of themselves, and have said, "This is a clear calumny"? Why have they not brought about 4 witnesses for it? As they bring not about witnesses, then with God, those, they are the ones who lie. Had it not been for the grace of God on you and his mercy in the present and in the world to come, certainly would have afflicted you a tremendous punishment for what you had muttered. When you had received it on your tongues and said with your mouths of what you had no knowledge, you assumed it insignificant while it was serious with God. And why, when you heard it, said you not, "It is not for us to assert this"? Glory be to thee. This is a serious false charge to harm the reputation of another. God admonishes you that you shall never revert to the like of it if you have been ones who believe. And he makes manifest for you the signs, and God is knowing, wise. Truly those who love that indecency be spread about those who have believed, they will have a painful punishment in the present and in the world to come. And God knows, and you know not. And had it not been for the grace of God on you and his mercy, you would be ruined, for God is gentle, compassionate. O those who have believed, follow not in the steps of Satan, and whoever follows in the steps of Satan, then truly he commands depravity and that which is immoral. And had it not been for the grace of God on you and his mercy, none of you would have been pure in heart. But God makes pure whom he wills, and God is hearing, knowing. And those imbued with grace forswear not, and those with plenty among you, to give to those imbued with kinship, and to the needy, and to the ones who immigrate in the way of God, and let them pardon, and let them overlook. Love you not that God should forgive you, and God is forgiving, compassionate. Truly, those who accuse the ones who are chaste, heedless, female believers, are cursed in the present and the world to come, and for them will be a serious punishment. On a day when witness will be borne against them by their tongues and their hands and their feet as to what they had been doing. On a day God will pay them their account in full, what is their just due, and they will know that God, he is the clear truth. Bad females are for bad males, and bad males are for bad females. And what are good females are for what are good males, and what are good males are for what are good females. Those are ones declared innocent of what others say. For them is forgiveness and generous provision. O those who have believed, enter not houses other than your houses, until you have announced your presence and greeted the people within. That is better for you, so that perhaps you would recollect. And if you find not in it anyone, then enter them not until permission is given to you. And if it is said for you to return, then return. It is purer for you, and God is knowing of what you do. There is no blame on you in entering houses without inhabitants, wherein you have enjoyment, and God knows what you show and what you keep back. Say to the ones who are male believers to lower their sight and keep their private parts safe. That is purer for them. Truly God is aware of what they craft. And say to ones who are female believers to lower their sight and keep their private parts safe, and not show their adornment, but what is manifest of it. And let them draw their head covering over their bosoms, and not show their adornment, but to their husbands or their fathers, or the fathers of their husbands, or their sons, or the sons of their husbands, or the sons of their brothers, or the sons of their sisters, or their women that their right hands possessed, or the ones who are imbued with no sexual desire among the males, or small children, to whom has not been manifest nakedness of women. And let them not stomp their feet so as to be known what they conceal of their adornment. And turn to God altogether for forgiveness, O ones who believe, so that perhaps you would prosper. And wed the single among you to the ones who are in accord with morality of your male bondservants and your female bondservants. If they be poor, God will enrich them of his grace, and God is one who embraces, knowing. Let those who find not the means for marriage have restraint until God enriches them of his grace. And for those who are looking for emancipation from among what your right hands possessed, contract with them if you knew good in them, and give them of the wealth of God which he has given you. And compel not your female youth against their will to prostitution when they have wanted chastity, so that you be looking for the advantage of this present life. And whoever compels them to it against their will, yet after their compulsion, God will be forgiving, compassionate, of the females. And certainly we have sent forth to you manifest signs, and a parable of those who passed away before you, and admonishment for ones who are God-fearing. God is the light of the heavens and the earth. The parable of his light is as a niche in which there is a lamp. The lamp is in a glass. The glass is as if it had been a glittering star, kindled from the blessed olive tree, neither eastern nor western, whose oil is about to illuminate, although no fire touches it. Light on light, God guides to his light whom he wills, and God propounds parables for humanity, and God is knowing of everything. The light is lit in houses God gave permission to be lifted up, and that his name be remembered in it. Glorifying him in the first part of the day and the eventide are men whom neither trade nor trading diverts from the remembrance of God, and the performing the formal prayer, and the giving of purifying alms, for they fear a day when the hearts will go to and fro, and their sight, that God may give recompense to them according to the fairest of what they have done, and increase even more for them from his grace. And God provides to whom he wills without reckoning. As for those who are ungrateful, their actions are like a mirage in a spacious plain. The thirsty one assumes it to be water until when he drew near it, he finds it to be nothing. There he found God with him who will pay his account in full, and God is swift at reckoning. Or they are like the shadows in an obscure sea, overcome by a wave, above which is a wave, above which is a cloud, shadows, some of it above some others. When he brings out his hand, he almost sees it not, and whomever God has not assigned light for him, there is no light for him. Hast thou not considered that God is glorified by whatever is in the heavens and the earth, and the birds, one spreading their wings, each knew its prayer and its glorification, and God is knowing of what they accomplish. And to God belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth, and to God is the homecoming. Hast thou not considered how God propels clouds, and after that brings together between them? After that he lays them into a heap. Thou seest the raindrops go forth in the midst, and he sends down from the heaven mountains of rain, in which there is hail, and he lights it on whom he wills, and turns away from it whom he wills. The gleams of his lightning almost take away the sight. God turns round and round the nighttime and the daytime. Truly, in this is a lesson for those imbued with insight. God created every moving creature from water. Among them there is what walks on its belly, and of them there is what walks on 2 feet, and of them there is what walks on 4. God creates what he wills. Truly, God is powerful over everything. Certainly we have sent forth manifest signs, and God guides whom he wills to a straight path. And they say, we have believed in God and the messenger, and we obey. Then a group of people among them turn away after this, and those are not of the ones who believe. And when they are called to God and his messenger to give judgment among them, then a group of people among them are ones who turn aside. But if they would be in the right, they would approach him as ones who are yielding. Are their hearts sick, or be they in doubt, or be they fearful that God and his messenger will be unjust to them? Nay, they are the ones who are unjust. The only saying of the ones who believe has been when they were called to God and his messenger, that he give judgment between them to say, we heard and obeyed. And they are the ones who prosper. And whoever obeys God and his messenger, and dreads God and is God-fearing, they are the ones who are victorious. And they swear by God their most earnest oaths, that if thou wouldst command them, they would go forth. Say, swear not, moral obedience is better. Truly God is aware of what you do. Say, obey God and obey the messenger. But if you turn away, then on him was only what he loaded on himself, and on you was what you loaded on yourselves. And if you obey him, you will be truly guided. And there is not a duty on the messenger but the delivering of the clear message. God has promised those who have believed among you and the ones who have acted in accord with morality that he will make them successors in the earth, even as he made of those before them successors, and he will establish for them their way of life firmly, by which he is content with them, and he will substitute a place of sanctuary after their fear. They shall worship me, not ascribing any partner with me. And whoever is ungrateful after that, then they are the ones who disobey. And perform the formal prayer, and give the purifying alms, and obey the messenger, so that perhaps you would find mercy. Assume not those who were ungrateful that they are ones who will frustrate him in the region. Their place of shelter is the fire, and how miserable the homecoming. O those who have believed, let your permission be asked for by those whom your right hands possessed, and those who have not reached puberty 3 times, before the dawn formal prayer when you lay down your garments at noon, and after the night of formal prayer. These are the 3 times of privacy for you. There is not on you nor on them blame after these. Other than these, go about some of you with some others. Thus God makes manifest to you the signs, and God is knowing, wise. When infant children reach puberty among you, then let them ask permission as permission was asked by those who were before them. Thus God makes manifest for you his signs, and God is knowing, wise. And women who are past childbearing, who hope not for marriage, there is no blame on them if they lay down their garments, not as ones who flaunt themselves and their adornment, and that they have restraint is better for them, and God is hearing, knowing. There is no fault on the blind, nor fault on the lame, nor fault on the sick, nor on yourselves, that you eat from your houses, or the houses of your fathers, or the houses of your mothers, or the houses of your brothers, or the houses of your sisters, or the houses of your paternal uncles, or the houses of your paternal aunts, or the houses of your maternal uncles, or the houses of your maternal aunts, or of that for which you possess its keys, or your ardent friend. There is no blame on you that you eat together or separately. But when you entered houses, then greet one another with a greeting from God, one that is blessed, and what is good. Thus God makes manifest for you the signs, so that perhaps you would be reasonable. The ones who believe are only those who believe in God and his messenger. And when they have been with him on a collective matter, they go not until they have asked his permission. Truly, those who ask thy permission, they have believed in God and his messenger. So if they ask for thy permission for some of their affairs, give permission to whom thou hast willed of them, and ask God for forgiveness for them. Truly God is forgiving, compassionate. The supplication of the messenger among you is not as the supplication of some of you on some others. Surely God knows those who slip away under cover. And let those who go against his command beware, so that a test should not light on them, or a painful punishment not light on them. Surely to God belongs whatever is in the heavens and the earth. Surely he knows what you have done. And on the day when they are returned to him, then he will tell them what their hands have done. And God is knowing of everything. Chapter 25. The Criterion. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. Blessed is he who sent down the criterion between right and wrong to his servant, so that he be a warner to the worlds, he to whom belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth, and who takes not to himself a son. There is no ascribed associate with him in the dominion, and he created everything, and has ordained it aforeordaining. Yet they have taken gods to themselves other than him, who create nothing, and are themselves created. And they neither possess for themselves hurt nor profit, nor have they dominion over death, nor this life, nor rising up. And those who were ungrateful said, This is nothing but a calumny he devised, and other folk have assisted him, so surely they have brought about injustice and untruth. And they said, Fables of the ancient ones that he has caused to be written down. And they are to be related from memory to him at early morning dawn and at eventide. Say, It has been sent forth by he who knows the secret in the heavens and the earth. Truly, he is forgiving, compassionate. And they say, What messenger is this that he eats food and walks in the markets? Why was an angel not to be sent forth to him to be a warner with him? Or why is not a treasure cast down to him? Or why is there not a garden for him, so he may eat from it? And the ones who are unjust said, You follow nothing but a bewitched man. Look on how they propound for thee parables, for they are gone astray, and are not able to find a way. Blessed was he who, had he willed, assigned for you better than that, gardens beneath which rivers run, and he will assign for you palaces. Nay, they denied the hour, and we have made ready a blaze for whoever has denied the hour. When it saw them from a far place, they would hear it raging furiously and roaring. And when they were to be cast down into it, a troubling place, ones who were to be chained, they would call to be damned. It will be said to them, Call not today for a single damnation, but call for many damnations. Say, Is that better, or the garden of eternity which was promised the ones who are God-fearing? It was a recompense for them and a homecoming. For them in it will be whatever they will, ones who will dwell in it forever. That has been from thy Lord a promise, one that is besought. And on the day he will assemble them and what they worship other than God. To them he will say, Was it you who caused these my servants to go astray? Or have they themselves gone astray from the way? They would say, Glory be to thee. It was not fit and proper for us to take to ourselves any protectors other than thee. But thou gavest to them enjoyment, and to their fathers, until they forgot the remembrance, and became a lost folk. So surely they denied you in what you say. Then you will neither be able to turn away from it, nor have help. And whoever does wrong among you, we will cause him to experience the great punishment. And we sent not before thee any one who was sent, but that truly they ate food and walked in the markets. And we have made some of you as a test for some others. Will you patiently endure? And thy Lord has been seeing.